Hello and welcome to episode 7 of interviewing our subject leaders and other sixth form staff. Today we talk to Mr. Hegarty about the A-level accounting course. Without further ado, please enjoy the episode. What is accounting and how similar is it to business or economics?
So accounting has elements that are similar to business, but not an awful lot. Whereas economics, you would have no economics in business really at all, maybe just a very, very small amount. Accounting itself comes into two parts. There is the management accounting side of things, and there is the financial accounting. The financial accounting is the construction of all the final accounts, which is the income statement and the balance sheet. We look at we start with sole traders because they are the smallest type of business and the simplest to put together. Once we've completed that, we look at limited companies and we look at PLCs, and then in year 2 we look at partnerships, and then we look at more complicated elements of the limited companies and the PLCs. The management accounting side of things is to do with decision making. So you have all the financial information. How can I make decisions based on that? So the biggest decisions that are made are around costing. We look at how companies decide to cost goods, and we look at 4 different methods of costing. And then you make decisions based on that, and you calculate how you would decide to cost a good, whether you would make or buy a good, or whether you would completely stop making a good.
Do you need to be good at maths?
There's a misconception that you need to be good with maths. What I would say is that the answer to that is no. You just need to be comfortable with numbers. All we ever do is add, divide, subtract, those types of things. We don't ever need to use formulas, any of that type of stuff. So that is a misconception. It's more about problem solving and being taught a set of rules and concepts, and then being able to apply those to questions that you haven't seen before.
Why choose A-level accounting?
I would say that the key thing for us is that a number of our students go off to do accounting at all the levels. They come in, they do their accounting, they get really hooked on it. They can go into the workplace and follow an accounting career. They can do apprenticeships. They can do degree level apprenticeships. They can go off to university, school leavers programs, graduate programs. So, a large majority of the students that study accounting go off to study accounting or into the workplace thereafter.
What is your favourite part of the course?
That's a difficult one. I would say that getting the basics right is probably the best. Once the students understand the basics, they can run with the most of the rest of the course. So if they understand double entry and they understand the simple income statements and balance sheets, pretty much everything thereafter falls into place. If they struggle with that, they struggle with most of the other stuff that comes after it. There are elements of the course that are quite interesting, like the costing element of it. Brings certain elements of things to do on our day-to-day lives to life. So in that respect, I would say that probably the costing element of the course in year 2 is probably my favourite.
What is it that got you into teaching?
I've always wanted to be a teacher. A number of my aunts and uncles are teachers. I actually applied to be a teacher originally and wasn't accepted, and then came back later on and gave it another go, got accepted, and I've never looked back. It's the best job in the world.
What are the A-level results like for A-level accounting?
The results are pretty strong. We use ALPS as a measure, and our ALPS scores are normally 4s and above.
Why have you chosen to teach this subject?
I have a degree in banking and finance. I have a passion for accounts, and also for the fact that I'm a logical thinker. And in that sense that a lot of accounting makes sense to me. So teaching it is something I enjoy doing, and it's something that students seem to enjoy as well. So I enjoy teaching the students who enjoy learning.
What advice would you give to a prospective student, and how can they prepare for this course?
If you're a logical thinker and a problem solver, then this course is for you. I would say that if you enjoy the sort of solution element of it, that you would be on the right course. From a perspective of what you could do to prepare, I would say just keeping abreast of what's happening in the business world, watching the news, following social media, and just engaging with what's going on around you so that you're aware that the decisions that you're making in class have impacts elsewhere, and that's a similar thing to business.
What type of student should choose this course?
As I've alluded to already, I would simply say if you are comfortable with numbers, and by that I mean just using them. I don't mean having to do complex things with them. But more importantly, if you are someone who is a problem solver and someone who thinks logically about things, then this course is for you. What I would also say is that accounting pays off for those people who work hard. If you're a grafter, it's a subject that will really, really pay off for you.
And finally, what has been the highlight of your career?
That's a difficult question. I think I've worked at the school for a number of years, and there's been a number of highlights. It's more to do with how individual students or groups of students have performed. I would say that there have been years when I have been absolutely delighted with the results based on the group of students I've been working with, and you become very, very proud of the things that they have done, the way that they have conducted themselves, the way they have worked. So I would say it's all about the students. It's not really necessarily about me. It's more about what the students have managed to achieve, and the number of students who have gone on to do phenomenal things after school. When I've sort of caught up with them or seen on, talking to people and they've told me what they're doing, or we have a LinkedIn network. And seeing what they're doing there, just some of the jobs that they have now, I'm quite envious of most of the jobs that they're doing now.
Okay, thank you.